is Monday, 7 a.m., so a day after the readathon started because it started on Sunday, and I'm barely on to my first book, which is going to be Conceal, Don't Feel, the Frozen book. I took off the cover protector thingy because this is a hardcover, but the reason why I'm starting my first book is because I spent all of Sunday trying to get past the Atlas 6. Basically, I was halfway through it and I just couldn't not get through it, and I did, but it took all of my Sunday, so a day late, and that's the update process. We'll see where I end up. Basically read another book for the readathon extra, so it's fine. Okay, so this is my check-in on Monday 24th, 11:59. And I am 60 pages into Conceal, Don't Feel not by the Twisted Tales, but it's part of the Twisted Tales series. And every book of these has a different author, or at least some of them do. Yeah. So far 60 pages in, and I'm so tempted to keep reading. Obviously, we know the story of Frozen, but there's just minor changes and interesting things that, I don't know. I really like both Anna and Elsa, especially Anna. So I'm intrigued. I want to keep reading, and I'm pretty sure because of that, I will get way further into this book today than I did yesterday with my reading. I actually read a lot yesterday, don't get me wrong. I did the reading sprints with everybody else, and it was super nice. My first ever official live reading sprint, and I read the Atlas 6. I'm holding up my Kindle because this is where I read it. But I'm so confused. I haven't even rated it on my Goodreads because I don't know. Something that this book is doing that the Atlas 6 couldn't do for me is wanting me to feel motivated to read. I want to know what happens, how they changed the Frozen story, versus the Atlas 6. I was okay with reading and never knowing what happens. I know that sounds crazy, but it's even crazier when I say this. I love the characters. I enjoy their interactions. I love the pretentious writing by the author. I love her free-flowing thoughts. So what is it that I don't like about the book? I can't tell you. So do I love it? Do I hate it? I don't know. It could be either one. Stay tuned on my Goodreads to see what I rate it, or even if I give a review like this. But I just don't feel ready to rate it right now. Like I'm saying, I almost DNF'd it, but I didn't because I wanted to get through it. And I wanted to read the second book. And I'm probably going to read the second book and do that to myself, even though it felt like forever to read this book, which is why it extended to the readathon. I was just not going to let it put me in a reading slump, which I've seen a lot of reviews here on YouTube about. I highly recommend you checking out reviews. But like I'm saying, that wasn't part of the readathon. My Frozen book is officially part of the readathon. So I feel a little bit behind, but I know there's no rush, so we're doing okay. So since we're here and I'm heading out, I want to show you guys what I pack now, especially on days like the readathon days. I have this Bakuzi book bag. I know you can get a lot of these on Etsy. This one specifically by Bakuzi. She is also on Etsy and has a website. I'll link everything down below. But this is just a Harry Potter print. I'm pretty sure I've shown this before. It has a blankety, yes, blankety, inside that's super protective for books and super just nice to put things in and be feeling safe. But what I've been doing lately is, this is my hardcover size, and I'm reading Conceal, Don't Feel, which is a hardcover, so I normally put that in there. Obviously, the book I'm reading. But then, now I'm also a Kindle reader, so I put my Kindle right under my book, and I usually take my book lamp because I don't know what the environment I'm going to be in, and I'm usually at other people's houses that will not think I'm crazy for busting this out, so it's okay, So this is my Tuesday update, and the first 2 days I had a debilitating headache, and I couldn't do like a reading vlog where you watch me read because I was literally in bed like this reading with a headache, and it was excruciating. I couldn't get myself to do any of that the first 2 days. Even during the live, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I've never taken part of anything like that. I was commenting and I was interacting, and it was really, really fun to learn a lot of things throughout a book community because I don't really have that in real life. So I also really like that the hosts really encouraged everyone in the chat to check out everyone's YouTube channels and kind of advertise that a bit, because I have a YouTube channel, but also I found already more amazing people that are participating in this. So far, it is January, like around the last weeks, obviously, and I've read 5 books already, not even counting the 3 left here. And I only read like 7 or 8 books last year, so I'm really, really, really proud of myself for already doing that. It is now Sunday, the last day of the readathon, and currently, right now as I speak, the last reading sprint is happening with the host's channel. But I wanted to give a quick update because I've done such a horrible job at filming myself reading or anything, and I know that's not entertaining, but I still want to document this to show you guys my progress, and if I ever do another readathon, kind of compare them, you know? But yes, I think the last time you saw me, I was reading my second book. So I first went for this one. and I really, really enjoyed it. I think I already talked about it, so I'm not going to say much. If you want more, it's on my GOODREADS, link down below. And then my second book is Looking for Alaska, which I'm also pretty sure I filmed myself reading. But this one, I gave a 5 out of 5, and I made an Instagram post. If you're interested in following me on Instagram, it's also down below. And my ratings on GOODREADS. Again, I'm going to stop saying that because I've said it enough. Now, I did my third book in audiobook form, which is, thank goodness it was an audiobook, because I was running really, really behind. It took me way too long to even start my first book, and then it took me long to finish this book, which is only 200 pages. It took me like 2 or 3 days, just because I was like doing other stuff, living life. And by the time I got to the audiobook, I was like, how am I going to finish this? It was Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And thank God it kept me so engaged that I listened to about 75% of that book in one go. I was doing stuff. I also didn't film that because I was like washing dishes. I was doing other stuff in my room. I cleaned my whole entire room. I vacuum cleaned and just put on my headphones and let it play. I finished it this morning. And I also, a 5 out of 5, I think this is one of the best books I've ever read. And I've seen a lot of reviews that say that the audiobook is more engaging and more entertaining because of the people who do the voice for it. And I'm not too sure how like comparable it is. I didn't read the actual physical copy, but I will be making my way to buy a physical copy. I literally love this book so much that I gave it a review. And that is kind of rare because it's either really, really good or really, really bad, or I think the reviews already on the book's post are not that accurate, or if someone like me would have enjoyed something else, I like to add my review, but it's very few and far between. My final book is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson's last book. This is 400 pages, so I'm considering if I want to read this. I feel like it's not realistic for me to think I'm going to finish this in one day because it's just not happening for sure. But I'm like, it could be beneficial to get as far as you can, and then you're motivated to finish it after the readathon, even if you don't complete it. Or I could read a shorter book that I have pending on my library card on my Kindle, and I can't decide. So I'm most likely gonna go for this one. experience of the readathon. This is my first readathon ever. The whole community was just amazing, and there was not that many people on the sprints live, so that made it 10 times easier to interact, 10 times easier to speak with the host, and I thought that was amazing. In terms of me reading, I kind of did feel like I was doing a school assignment, only because I knew in the back of my head, oh, I have to make time to read. I have to make time to read every single day. But that's like not necessarily a bad thing. I felt no pressure to read. Like I said, if I would have felt pressured extremely, I would have probably finished this book, but that's not what reading is meant to be. I would definitely do another readathon. I would never have thought in a billion years that I could do this, and I did it. So I'm very proud, and I'm proud of everyone who participated. And I'm just going to end on that note and say that I will be participating in more readathons if you guys want more or different style of vlogging the situation. This is my first time recording it, so it was kind of weird, kind of hard to vlog. But if you guys want more specific videos on certain books or certain days, I'm willing to do that. And also, I hope you guys are motivated to join one of these readathons, to follow the people that held it together and actually created the readathon for all of us. And if you don't like books, I make other content too, more makeup, life routine style videos will be coming, and also technology like iPhones, iPads, iMacs, whatever you guys want to know about, please leave it in the comments down below. Feel free to leave a like, and see you guys later.